So my uncle, Rabbi Ephraim's father, Rav Chaim, he's an enormous Talmid Chacham. But if you look at him, if you talk to him, you'll think initially, before he starts giving Divrei Torah, barely average. Why? He's such a humble person. You would think he's nothing, like nothing. Humblest person I've ever met in my life. Something unusual. It's unbelievable how special he is. Mamash, when I talk to him, I'm so uncomfortable because he's such a unique person. But he talks to me like we're friends. But it's unbelievable people. Anyway, Rav Chaim, he wanted his kids to grow up in such a way where HaKadosh Baruch Hu is number one, but you need to know what to stay away from. You need to know what's bad. You need to know what is forbidden. Now, why do I say this? Because today there is this mentality in some parts of the world, in the religious community, that if you close your eyes, it doesn't exist. You know, it's a mentality that some people have. Now, children have that mentality also. Little kids, when you hide from them, you know, before maturity age, when they're like 1, 2, 3 years old, if you hide behind the wall, their mentality is that you're not hiding. Their mentality is that you're gone forever, and that's why they start crying sometimes. Like, they don't realize that you're actually behind the wall. There's psychological experiments that have been done and so on. I remember back in school, I've studied this, and it's unbelievable that the mentality of a child is that when you hide from them, they believe that you're gone forever. Not just gone for now, gone forever. You just disappeared. And when they close their eyes, they think that that's it. Like, no one can see them. No one can see them. Why? Because they can't see you, so therefore they don't have the calculation yet mature enough to think that you can see them, because even though they can't see you. Unfortunately, Rabotai, this is also in a mistake that is made on a day-to-day basis, not on purpose, not because of stupidity, but rather because of a lack of knowledge and also upbringing and also peer pressure, where sometimes people think that if you hide everything in the world from the kids, you pretty much just seclude them into a room. You know, they go, they learn, they go home, they eat, they go to sleep, they go, they learn, they go home, sleep. Like, there's no computers, there's no phones, there's no television, there's no secular people, there's no nothing. And they think that this is good. Now, initially it is good. Initially, in the beginning, it is good when they don't know how to handle themselves. But if you raise a kid like this for too long, it becomes dangerous. And the reason why is because the kid is not going to be a kid forever. Eventually, he's going to become an adult, Be'ezrat Hashem. And once he gets to 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, he's going to want to see the world, because he's going to go to yeshiva, he's going to go to the store, he's going to do things, and he's going to see things for the first time, but at a mature age, at an older age. Now, if you're an 18-year-old kid with a lot of hormones, and for the first time in your life you see one of these magazines, Hashem Yishmor, or you see a phone, one of these smartphones, or you see one of these screens, and you're getting free access for 5 minutes, that's it. It could destroy the person to pieces. Why? Because they don't have the built defense mechanism. They were never built that way. So that's why the Chachamim, whether it be Rav Moshe Feinstein, or Rav Kamenetsky, Alav Shalom, or all of the Rabbi Yaron Reuven, which is his yard site was just a couple of days ago, all of the Gedolei Ador, Rav Ovadia, they would start teaching their children about the issues of Pgam HaBRIT at a very young age. Rav Ovadia once time wrote that it was his minhag, it was his custom to start teaching the kids about Gehenom at 6 years old. 6 years old. Now, of course, he's not telling them all the details that I told you guys, a 3.5 hour shiur, you know, what they do and how they do, but they know the Gehenom, fire. You know, it's not good. Why? Because you need to raise your kids in a way where it's not just secluding them from the forbidden, but also explaining to them why. why this is not good, why this is not a place for us to see. Now, some parents are more experienced, more, I would say, venturous, if you will, but know how to handle the kids better than most, where they're able to show their kids certain things that is unusual, but they know how to explain it to them. Now, Rav Chaim Kachlon, Rav Ephraim's father, he's one of those people. Him and Rabbanit Shulamit, they are experts of experts of how to handle and how to raise kids. One example, Baruch Hashem, is you simply see the results of their own kids. One better than the other. Yishtabach Shimo. You guys only know about Rav Ephraim. You don't know about Rabbanit Kochava. You don't know about Rabbanit Sarah. You don't know about Rabbanit Rachel. You don't know about his brother's almost finished with the Shas, Gavriel. You don't know about these. Tzadikim, amash, one after another. It's Ishtabach Shimo. Unbelievable. They build a house for Tiferet. Unbelievable. Ishtabach Shimo. But it wasn't easy. Well, you know how many tears, you know how many difficulties, and all types of things. Now, Rav Chaim, he took a kid that was not his kid, that had Down syndrome. Down syndrome, as you guys know, Down syndrome is not a flu. It's not coronavirus. I have a cure. There's no cure for Down syndrome. But Rav Chaim found a cure. There's no cure though, but they found a cure. What's the cure? Torah. But a unique type of Torah. Unique type of Torah. What kind of Torah? Torah like everybody else. Meaning, he took this kid, and unlike the traditional model of treating people with autism and Down syndrome and so on, which is to seclude them with people that are like them, you send them to special schools of Down syndrome, send them to special schools of autism, and so on and so forth. And so therefore all of their peers are just like them. That is the standard model worldwide. Worldwide. America, Israel, everywhere. You got a kid, Hashem Yishmor, that has Down syndrome or has autism and so on, automatically they throw these kids into a place where all of their peers are just like them. The teachers know how to handle it, and they grow up in their own life, in their own world, and some are better than others, some are worse than others, but that's it. Rav Chaim, who built a school, he built the yeshiva years ago, he didn't buy into this. What did he do? He took this kid with Down syndrome, horrible case of Down syndrome, wasn't like a good one. The mom says that when she first got the kid, she adopted him, he was like the worst case, tongue sticking out, couldn't walk, couldn't speak, the worst of the worst. Eventually she brought this kid to Rav Chaim, and he started teaching him Torah. How? With everybody else. Who's everybody else? Normal people. All the people he teaches every day. Oh, we have a new student. Adults, young kids, all these people are coming to his kollel every day, and they're learning Daf Yomi, they learn Parasha, they learn Halacha, they learn Musar, and so on and so forth. But we have a new kid. Azriah is coming. What? He's coming to learn us. He's coming to learn with us? Yeah, he's coming to learn with us. Rabotai, everyone was a little shocked, but no one's going to say nothing to the Rav, right? It's going to stop a few days. No, it didn't stop. A few years, not going to stop. Guess what? Today, Rabotai Yekarim, this kid almost completed the entire Shas. This kid speaks normal, acts normal, and almost completed the entire Shas Gemara. Not Shas nothing. Shas Gemara, Bavli. They interviewed him a year and a half ago in Hidabrut, him and Rav Chaim, and the interviewer, who's a religious Jew, says to him, he says, to be honest with you, I'm uncomfortable. You know more Torah than I do. I didn't complete all these Masechtot and so on and so forth. Why? Torah is a cure for everything. But it has to be done in a certain way by certain people. But the thing is, though, so they asked Rav Chaim, why did you have this idea to bring him among regular people? It's the opposite of the norm. The biggest experts in the world are saying not to do this, to bring him among his peers. He says that's the problem. If his peers are just like him, then that's what he's going to look up to, which means he's not going to strive to be better. He's going to look at his peers. That's the best that it is. That's the best that it could be. That's it. But when you put him among regular people that are much better than him, and you work with him and you have patience with him, little by little, his natural human instinct, his neshama, his Jewish neshama, is going to want more. It's going to want more. And the neshama could overcome the body. And that's exactly what happened. So Rav Ephraim spoke to him one time, and he tells him, Mazal Tov on the interview, this, that. He goes, now it's, what's your next step? What are you planning on doing now? What are you working on now? He says to Rav Ephraim, I'm looking for a shidduch. I want to get married. I'm looking for a shidduch. He said, oh, Bezat Hashem, you find somebody that's good for you. He goes, no, Rav Ephraim, I don't want you to misunderstand. He says, I'm a very special person. I don't want a person like me. I want a regular person. I don't want a girl with autism or with Down syndrome. No, I want a regular person. I'm a very unique person, he tells him. I want a regular person. I want tzaddikai, he says. I want tzaddikai like my ima. I want a... So you have a tzaddik in Eretz Yisrael, mamash tzaddik, looking for a shidduch. Now, a person that saw him 5, 10, 15 years ago, you told him the story today, it's like, you're imaginary, it's like a fairy tale. It's like your fairy tale stories in the Gemara, maybe. It's like your fairy tale stories from the Hasidim. No. I said, no. It's real life. Real life right now. So, Rav Chaim, he one time takes, all of what I just said to you is an intro to what I'm about to tell you now. One time, he tells Rav Ephraim, come, I want to take you somewhere. Where he takes him as a little kid. Takes him to a terrorist attack. There was a terrorist bombing, and they needed help, they needed some volunteers, and he takes his little boy with him. And Rav Ephraim tells me there was pieces of body, flesh, arms, legs, Hashem Yishmor, everywhere. He says, to this day, I remember it like it was yesterday. Exactly how it looks. Exactly how all of it looks. So, when a person understands how frail he is, how much of a nothing he is, how it could all end in a second, if he doesn't start thinking about how do I improve my chances, how do I improve my life, how do I get this God that's in control of all of this to favor me, a person that doesn't think things like that is a person with no brain. So how come so many people are not thinking that way? It's not that they're not thinking that way, it's that they're not thinking, period. Because that's the number one job of the Satan. The number one job of the Satan is to occupy your mind with everything but what's the point of life.